Who is the most protected person in the world? Now the answer's simple. It's me. If you ever come towards me, as a matter of fact, this is a lethal threat to if you ever come towards me, I'm the most protected man in the world. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. Wait. Don't take that serious. Don't take that serious, because I feel like, yeah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Actually, no. I'm really a loser. I'm not about anything. I'm be honest. You know what I'm saying? I go to any hood. I'm getting robbed. Yeah, please don't. I was just joking. Okay. I'm still in your closet, Tommy. So cap. Is that a dare? See, this is why I don't say things. I can't even joke about things on stream. No, let me just start it. Let me just start the video.
Who actually has the best security in the world? Here are the 10 most protected people in the world. Number 10, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and
oh, the Secret Service. Don't they like give you a Secret Service agent like after you're president for like the rest of your life? Damn, that's actually cool as hell. Like you literally go anywhere and you're just good.
Donald Trump. It's a 5-way tie to kick things off. And it's good.
But what if like the Secret Service agents don't like you? Like what if there's somebody that like doesn't like Trump or Biden or something like that, and then they just like plot on their downfall? They're just like imagine in some type of world something happens and they're like, oh no, I was sleeping, I didn't know what happened. It's kind of scary.
Be the former president.
They wouldn't give JFK
These 5 men ended their terms long ago,
after almost being shot
twice. One of them might tell you, and they left the Secret Service behind when they went. At least most of it. All 5 are still entitled to protection under the Former President's Act, which guarantees them an annual pension as well as lifetime Secret Service protection. This was once reduced to 10 years, but restored back in 2012. Their spouses are also guaranteed protection, as well as their minor children up until 16 years of age. So, why is this necessary? Political enemies have a long memory, as anyone whose dad is still ranting about the congressman who ignored his letters back in 1982 can testify. Presidential terms end, but old grudges still fester.
Tommy for governor?
It's entirely possible that an enemy could come.
Shoot, I would run just for the security. Damn, bro. You know how much like 24/7 security costs? Like celebrities get it, and it costs them like I'm talking about A-list celebrities. They get it, and it costs them like $3 million a year sometimes. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but like it costs them a lot. All I know is it costs them a lot.
Back years later to take a shot at a former president that they're still angry at. Most famously, George H.W. Bush was targeted by Iraqi terrorists not long after leaving office in a bomb plot. That might have very well started the second Gulf War a decade earlier if it had been successful. So, Former President's Act isn't just good for the former men in charge, it protects America's interests. So what exactly do these former presidents get? That is classified. The United States Secret Service isn't in the business of giving away its secrets, but the odds are each president's detail is tailored to his needs. George W. Bush has mostly stayed out of the public eye painting, so he might need a smaller detail around his home. Barack Obama and Donald Trump, meanwhile, are known for their globe-trotting activities, and the former is even thinking of running again, so they might need larger and better-trained teams. As for Jimmy Carter,
I think we know why Bush is hiding. Due to his political run.
Team, odds are the Secret Service spends a lot of time watching nervously under the ladder as the near centenarian builds houses for Habitat for Humanity. The only way a former president can lose their Secret Service protection if they're convicted of a crime and removed from office. But not everyone who has top security is a politician. Number 9, Mark Zuckerberg, the controversial head of Facebook.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, at the same nowadays, you know what? Nowadays, with Mark Zuckerberg, he might be able to defend himself. Man's like an MMA jiu-jitsu master at this point. You be seeing this man kicking, like, he could just shift into the lizard, I feel like. You know for a fact he could shift, like, immediately, bro. He could turn into, like, the dragon. And just, like, start fighting off anybody that comes towards him. He might be good alone.
Meta, has come a long way since he created the famous software site as a dating app back in college. And with more prominence comes more enemies. He's one of the richest men in the world right now, although his net worth fluctuates wildly, and many people feel he and his site have way too much power. He's still digging his way out from the mountain of controversy over his site's involvement in disinformation in the 2016 election, and has been called before Congress to testify multiple times. Do any of his enemies have more nefarious plans than tanking his stock value? No one knows, but Zuckerberg isn't taking any chances. Zuckerberg's 2021
$26.8 million on security. I mean, to him, it's like that's literally like pennies. But damn,
security costs were a whopping $26.8 million, one of the highest known costs for a private individual anywhere. The Meta chief is known to be paranoid. and surrounds himself and his family and his mansion with a team that resembles those that guard world leaders. While most of the details are private, odds are he pays good money to keep it that way. It's reported that
Okay, I know this is just like a drawing, but there's no way he has like a towel man or like a security agent in his bathroom, like watching him while he washes his balls. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised.
he has 24/7 bodyguard protection wherever he goes, and his office is equipped with bulletproof glass and a panic button
He
should he come
likes
under
it.
attack. And there is one other big expense. When Mark Zuckerberg flies, he does it in style. A big chunk of his security costs is believed to be private jets, allowing him to control exactly who's around him in the skies at all times. Not only is this a good way to ensure his
Bro,
safety,
it's really crazy like how all these billionaires and shit like really just fly around jets. Meanwhile, like we gotta use like paper straws. Yo, paper straws suck. I'm sorry, bro. Bring the plastic back. Bring the plastic back. I don't care, man. I don't care. Bring the plastic back. Dude, they use these private jets, man. Like, there's no point. We're not helping the environment at this point. It's done for. I think the ones at Taco Bell, that shit sucks. I literally had it like the other day. I couldn't even suck the liquid through the straw.
but it lets him dodge
The
those
environment
pesky
is cooked
security
anyways,
lines
just let me use
and make sure
plastic
he's never
straws.
accosted by a guy who has some really strong opinions about being suspended on Facebook for sharing an offensive meme. But like his fellow tech billionaires, his actual security measures are very private. That is, unless he's summoned to Congress to testify about those too. Sometimes it's good to be the king. Number 8. King Salman. In Saudi Arabia, King Salman rules, and he's not the only one. The 87-year-old monarch has ceded many duties to Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the next in line to rule the kingdom, and the 36-year-old prince has quickly become the controversial public face of the kingdom. The oil-rich nation is a regional power broker, frequently being involved in key diplomatic summits.
Bro has girls flown out to crap on him. Hey, bro, I mean, they got the money to do that shit. If they want to do whatever they want, man, they got the money too. They're just like, at that point, it's like you could buy literally anybody, bro. Anybody you want.
And carving out billion-dollar deals with countries around the world, especially in the current energy crunch. This monarchy is strong, but it also deals with extreme threats from within and without. So it's no surprise they have a security force to match. Get ready to meet the Saudi Arabian Royal Guard, the first of many military-like units that protect world leaders. While
It's probably like the last military or whatever security I'd ever want to catch me, because like, do you know what they punish you in like Middle Eastern and Dubai countries? If you literally steal from those countries, they cut your hands off. They cut your hands off. They sentence you. I think they sentence like a couple in Dubai to 10 years for like kissing, because there's no like PDA, no public affection. I'd rather literally just like, bro, I'd rather the U.S. military, Russian military, anybody but them, because I know they're gonna make it torturous.
technically part of the Saudi military,
Nice house
this
for
group
being
is
in the desert-
permanently
in the desert.
assigned to the Saudi royal family and answers directly to the king. They not only protect the king and any of his guests, they can be assigned to important guests to the kingdom once they arrive, and they're all trained in armed and unarmed combat, and can take people by surprise due to their unassuming nature that makes them look more like religious leaders than soldiers while guarding the king. And they're never allowed to lay down on the job. The Saudi king and his heir are constantly on the lookout for potential threats, including those coming from the kingdom's arch-rivals in Iran, another regional power known for aggressive international moves. They're the most powerful Shia Muslim kingdom, which makes them a natural rival to Saudi's Sunni power base. Additionally, with dozens of princes jockeying for power in the complex Saudi royal family tree, it's entirely possible that Mohammed bin Salman could face threats within the palace from an ambitious rival.
I was gonna comment on these light drawings. I was gonna say they look like something else, but let me not. Just poorly drawn, I think.
Possible that Mohammed bin Salman could face threats within the palace from an ambitious rival. The Saudi Arabian Royal Guard is highly effective and highly controversial due to their black ops tactics, including potentially the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi
Tommy's
in
dirty
2018.
mind. It's because of you
But
guys.
how do you protect one of the most powerful people in the world? Number 7. Xi Jinping. China is arguably one of the world's only true superpowers today, and at the head of the Chinese Communist Party is Xi Jinping, a skilled career politician who has overseen massive economic and territorial expansion for China. That's made him many allies in the country and many allies outward. Today, he travels around the world to expand China's power and has also become well known for his battle against corruption in the mainland. Many of his policies, including the harsh anti-COVID lockdowns in Shanghai and the country's hardline toward Taiwan, has made him one of the most controversial leaders in the world. And China is used to protecting people like him. Enter the Central Guard Regiment.
Nah, you know they cannot go against him. You know, any of them, they're not going against him. Hey, you gonna be security, whether you like it or not for him. You could have the whole country being in security, it wouldn't matter.
Powerful military force answering directly to the People's Liberation Army. Officially founded in 1942 and reformed and expanded in 1953, it answers directly to the party chairman and has far-reaching influence. Not only does it have highly trained soldiers who are ready to shoot and kill
Tommy
anyone
wants this
threatening
kind of
its
power.
leadership at a moment's notice,
Yeah, I do.
but
I
its
do.
spy capabilities are among the best in the world. Whenever the chairman goes anywhere, the odds are the Central Guard Regiment will have people present there before him, eyes and ears open and ready to move on any threat. So how does it compare to the other elite units? There's one key difference between the Central Guard Regiment and other national security forces. It's an instrument of the party rather than a person or an office. So while protecting the chairman is a priority, its focus is just as heavily on protecting the country's security. It also is highly secretive, as one would expect from a spy unit, and much less about its activities are disclosed compared to its American counterpart. What is known is that it comes through the same elite military training as all the other country's soldiers, and only the best wind up in it and get
Bro, I've seen the training they have for like Chinese soldiers. Let me see if I can find it.
Are you ready to watch the most unbelievable hell training of Chinese soldiers and military armed forces in
Why are they getting... When is this ever gonna happen in a war? You're carrying a log and you get a hose down? All this just for a nuke to like half decimate the population, bro. I don't understand why they train the soldiers like this when we know the next war that would happen would 100 million% use a nuke. I'm talking about World War. It would be a nuke and it would be over. Somebody would use a nuke and it would be over.
close to the people in charge, which is why any enemies usually give them a wide berth. Kings, presidents, and chairmen, are you ready to learn about the security of the most powerful private citizen in the world? Number 6, Elon Musk. Many of the
makes
biggest
sense.
tech billionaires in the world don't show off their security, with men like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos only having modest public security teams and robust security at their home. But no one ever accused Elon Musk of being subtle. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO is known for being an infamous media personality, feuding with Mark Zuckerberg, trolling
I guarantee if Elon wasn't on Twitter just saying dumb shit all day, just tweeting about things, then he probably wouldn't need this much security.
critics on Twitter, and currently attempting to buy the platform.
leaving the country
and
if
even
World War III
publicly
happens.
mocking critical politicians like Bernie Sanders. That's made him a lot of enemies, and the current richest man in the world is taking no chances with him. So, what does his security team look like? As a private citizen, Musk doesn't have to disclose as much about his protection as national leaders, but details have leaked out, and he seems to be taking a different approach to other billionaires. Musk hands over much of his security concerns to his trusted point man, Jared Birchall. An all-purpose fixer, Birchall is notoriously private, except
out if
when
that shit
deputized
happens.
by Musk to speak on his behalf. He scouts out locations for Musk, forms critical links, and keeps his boss appraised of potential security threats, both physical and cyber. Because we're in a whole new world now and the worst threats are often invisible, Musk is known for taking private planes and traveling with a large entourage, many of whom are probably trained soldiers. But in addition to the usual security measures, he's notorious.
What's the point if you're already in a plane though? Like, why do you need? Am I missing something if you're in? I mean, I guess when you land, you're gonna need the security. Bringing them on there like that? I don't know.
For being extremely paranoid about his digital security. He reportedly changes his cellular device regularly, at which point the previous phone is wiped of its data and physically destroyed to keep any hackers from learning its trade secrets. Of course, that doesn't help all that much when you're tweeting your plans out to the entire world. For the richest guy in the world, Musk often plays it fast and loose. But maybe that's just an indication that he knows he doesn't have anything to worry about because he has the best protection money can buy. If keeping their charge alive for a long time is proof of success, this next guard has got to be the best of the best. Number 5, Queen Elizabeth. God.
When was this video uploaded? Oh. 2022. September 8th, 2022. September 9th, 2022. Nah, bro. They knew this shit. They knew this shit. Infographics. You knew this, bro. You knew this and you still uploaded the video. Y'all are sick individuals. Y'all are sick individuals for this. You know what? We're gonna keep listening to it, though. We're gonna keep listening to it, though.
God save the Queen. And apparently the Queen's Guard is doing their job. Queen Elizabeth has reigned over the UK.
Wait, the Queen's Guards actually guard her? Was that a dumb question? I thought they were just like, I don't know, they're like chess pieces, like played for to make, I don't know, the UK people feel safe or something like that. They dead ass actually guard her? What can they do with those little muskets? Like if a threat comes, bro, like a American threat comes in. What are they about to do to that? They come in with an AK-47 minigun. Make way for the Queen's Guard, and they try to stab them. It's not about to do anything.
For 70 years, the longest term of any British monarch in history. And while the British monarchy is largely a ceremonial role, you don't last that long in power without making some enemies. At 96 years old, her protections will likely pass on to
They
her
use
heir
assault rifles
apparent,
nowadays?
Prince Charles, at some point, and both Queen and Prince should feel like they're in good hands, because the Queen's Guard is one of the most effective small bodyguard units in the entire world, and they do it all wearing some pretty interesting hats. This elite unit guards all the royal residences within the British Army's
I think I just die laughing if I'm like a soldier there and I'm there to like invade or something. I just like die laughing seeing their outfits.
London district, with the most elite team guarding Buckingham Palace itself and other sites like St. James Palace and Windsor Castle. Most people know them as the colorful guard that engages in dramatic changing of the guard ceremonies, but don't be fooled into thinking they're just a quirky part of British life. No one gets into this unit without being able to respond at a moment's notice to any threat to the Queen's life. And despite the Queen's beloved nature, she has faced threats, both domestic and abroad. And when the Queen's
she doesn't have
Guard's
to worry
been
about that
tested,
anymore.
they've delivered. Michael Fagan was a seemingly normal man.
We're good. That's his name. Yo, that name caught me off guard. The name caught me off guard. Okay, I'm gonna let it keep playing.
Blue-collar London chap who worked as a painter, but he had one unusual obsession.
Michael
He
what?
really wanted to see Buckingham Palace close up.
Bro, that name
And in
caught me
June
off guard. That
1982,
name
he
caught me off
successfully
guard.
broke into the palace by shimmying up a drain pipe and proceeded to eat some snacks and tour the palace before escaping. But his second visit would be much more dramatic. He snuck into the Queen's bedroom and she awoke to find him at her bed. He was
What?
arrested and the Queen's Guard policies were revised to
See,
tighten
bro, these little like chess piece looking ass characters do not work. Get some goddamn American freedom in there. Get some FBI, get some military soldiers. What are you doing? What are you doing?
security. And since then, no one has gotten close to her royal
Dude,
highness
actually, like,
in the
she
next
legit
4
could've
years
been
of her
packed
reign.
if dude
When
was
it comes
serious.
to this next team, you might think there was some divine providence at work. Number 4, Pope Francis. Vatican
makes
City
sense.
may be the smallest country in the world, but as the heart of the Roman Catholic religion, it looms large in countless countries around the world. And at the center of the Catholic city-state is Pope Francis, the leader of the church, beloved by some.
He might be number one. He might need everything. Like, out of all of them being, like, the top leader in a religion, like, out of everything, dude, you're the target from every other religion.
For his humanitarian views,
Bro's a living
loathed
mummy.
by others for his progressive takes on church doctrine. At 86 years old, rumors persist that he may be able to follow his predecessor and resign the papacy while still alive. But until then, he's been well protected by the elite unit known as the Swiss Guard. The small
There's no way they look like this. Oh, this is even more goofier than the UK.
armed force that has been protecting the Pope since 1506. Why Swiss? It comes back to a 15th century alliance with the Swiss Confederacy and Switzerland's long history of neutrality in larger conflicts. This keeps the fate of the Pope away from
Goofy outfit.
geopolitics and in the hands of a
Out of
stable
all
ally.
things, man.
Every member of the unit, numbering 135 men, is an unmarried Swiss adult male under 30 years old who's been trained by the Swiss Armed Forces. Typically, they use traditional weapons and were more a ceremonial role than
All they're using is these little stabby things? Little stabby things? They need to upgrade it. This is like the same thing with the UK. They need to upgrade their stuff.
rarely saw combat. But one incident in 1981 drove home that they needed to be on guard at all times. But who would try to kill a pope? A Turkish radical affiliated with a fringe far-right movement. Mehmet Ali Aja snuck into St. Peter's Square in Vatican City
need to upgrade?
and successfully shot Pope John Paul II 4 times, nearly killing him. The Pope recovered and he would later ask for the assassin to be pardoned and released, but it drove home that the Pope needed even better protection. The
Nah, man, I could never be a pope or something like that. Cause what the hell? I'm locking your ass up, bro. I'm giving you the permanent. I'm the pope, bro. I got all the power and shit. Oh yeah, bro. By my name, you're sentenced to 10,000 years.
Swiss Guard was given advanced training in modern
There'll be
weapons,
forgiveness?
turning them
Yeah, I should be forgiving. Let me stop, bro. I'm being a bad Christian.
into less of a ceremonial army and more of an elite guard akin to the Secret Service. It also led to increased use of the famous Pope Mobile,
What
a
the-
vehicle covered in bulletproof glass for the Pope to travel in. It's one of the most famous vehicles in the world aside from the President's famous car, and no potential threats have gotten close to the Catholic leader since. The more enemies you have,
That
the
looks
better
terrible.
protection you want, to extreme levels. Number 3, Kim Jong-un. The third member of the Kim
makes sense.
dynasty that rules North Korea, Kim Jong-un is feared around the world for his aggressive moves like assassinating dissidents living in other countries and his nuclear program. Inside the country,
My question is, how do they even find out his security? Actually, no, never mind. I've seen videos of it. I was about to say, because usually somebody leaked how his security was and how they move. He would have just popped them.
North Korea is one of the most strictly ruled countries
Looks like
in
a
the
shower
world,
on
with
wheels.
citizens' every moves being carefully regulated, and the North Korean dictator has to worry about power-hungry insiders in his own administration targeting him, as well as dissidents with nothing to lose.
Like, I'm surprised that hasn't happened to him. Like, an insider hasn't tried to do something to Kim Jong-un. I'm surprised.
Trying to end the dynasty in a bloody fashion. So it's no surprise
fear him
that
because
when
he
it comes
might
to
eat
his
my
security,
food,
he
fat
doesn't
ass
take
nigga.
any chances. And like everything else in North Korea, if Kim wants you in a role, you don't have much of a choice. Conscription is near universal in North Korea, so almost everyone has elite military training, and the military can judge their skills. And if they deem someone to be best of the best, they might be chosen to be part of the Supreme Guard Command. This is a great honor as well as a costly one, because those chosen to be in Kim Jong-un's inner circle and protect him are expected to cut off all ties to their former life. They say goodbye to their families, move to the capital city of Pyongyang, and never see their family again. That leaves the
Don't even, like, help him or nothing? Don't give him nothing? No money? Oh my god, it's just pure survival there.
Supreme Guard Command to feel less like a collection of bodyguards and more like a secret society only answerable to one man. And Kim Jong-un has other methods to preserve his safety. All recruits to the Supreme Guard Command have to meet certain physical characteristics, including no facial scars and a normally proportioned body. Looking a certain way can also get you in.
That's ironic for Kim saying you gotta have a normally proportioned body. It's ironic, buddy. Very ironic.
Because Kim Jong-un frequently employs body doubles who are expected to lure assassins out of the way and take a bullet if need be. While no one knows the exact numbers of North Korea's personal bodyguard military, it's believed to be one of the largest in the world,
Pretty
with
sure
the
my
total unit having over
grandma worked for
100,000 people consisting of
wouldn't be here if
bodyguards,
your grandma worked
combat
for him.
brigades, spies, and even a construction battalion. And it's done its job to keep Kim Jong-un alive so far. But no one has a larger and more high-tech construction force than one man. Number 2. Joe Biden. Hail to the chief. Joe Biden is the current president of the United States.
This face is ridiculous. This face is ridiculous. But yeah, it definitely makes sense.
And that means he
Senile.
inherits all the president's perks, including the massive
I
infrastructure.
think they're
of
gonna
the
give him
Secret
like an
Service.
extra 5 just so he
Every
can like stay
president
up on his
has
feet.
one of the world's
Like
best
5 of them
security
actually have to
teams.
hold him up
Although
at all
it wasn't
times so he
always
doesn't
this
fall.
way. Presidents used to have a fairly modest security detail and just wandered around meeting the people. Until 4 presidents were assassinated in less than a century, and it was decided they needed to be a lot more careful. Operating under the Department of Homeland Security, the Secret Service consists of at least 7,000 employees, 16 facilities around
budget
the country,
2
and an annual
billion? It's only like 7,000 people though. Where is this money going to? This is where the tax money goes to? 16 facilities? 16 places? Budget should be like 500 million or something, or yeah, like what's
budget
going
of
on?
over $2 billion, and they do a lot more than just guard the president. The Secret Service has an elite team of bodyguards who are trained in armed and unarmed combat and can deter any threat to the president. They've disarmed assassins, fended off infiltrators to the White House and other presidential residences, and stopped terror attacks abroad. But their secret weapon
no way
isn't
that
their
costs $2
weapons, it's their
billion
reconnaissance
for a couple
team.
of intruders a
Before
year.
the president arrives to any location, odds are the Secret Service will be there first, scouting the location, meeting with local security teams, and combing the area for any potential threats. They're even known for showing up at the door of any internet troll who makes a casual threat against the president. After all, they don't know if that one guy
Oh shit, hey, for y'all. Yo, I deadass be seeing people like making these threats and thinking nothing happens, like on Twitter and stuff like that. Y'all make these threats, bro. The Secret Services, they're knocking. They're knocking. You better say in GTA or Minecraft or something like that. You better say some shit like that if you're gonna make a joke like that, cause they're gonna come for you.
guy who is really angry about
Hey, John, I'ma pull up on you. Yeah, let me go ahead and pin that. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pin that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're done for. You're done for, bro. Wrap it up. And I just want to say, to the Secret Service over here, I don't condone anything like that. I would never, ever even joke about things like that. Like, never in my entire life. Just saying. Somebody in my chat named Andrew NFG1. He is not NFG, by the way. I do not accept him. I do not affiliate. I don't even know this person. I really don't even know this person. Hey, that's all him. That's all him.
ferret import laws is just a harmless troll, but they're gonna find out. And there's one other area where Joe Biden has the edge over so many other world leaders: the tech. When the president flies, he flies in style on Air Force One, one of the most secure, technologically advanced planes in the world.
say in GTA.
These heavily customized military airplanes are only staffed by the most vetted individuals and feature amenities anyone flying coach would kill for. And it's not just planes, even the president's car is one of a kind. Get ready to meet the beast. This car is heavily fortified, bulletproof with escape
Bro, I
hatch,
seen a picture of the doors. They're literally like it's like so thick. You would never expect how thick they are.
and hiding places if it's attacked. And it's only driven by the most skilled drivers in the world, those who can escape from the tightest situations and keep the most important man in America alive. A lot of changes have been made since the Kennedy assassination, and they seem to have worked. But one man may even be more closely guarded. Number 1. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin was already one of the most feared men in the world, and that was before
Probably
this
makes
war
the most
began.
sense, yeah.
Known for his fierce and ruthless tactics against enemies of Russia, as well as his fast response to anyone he viewed as a threat, the president of Russia has held on to power for almost 20 years now, and shows no indication of giving it up anytime soon. A former KGB agent himself, Putin grew up in the Soviet security state and knows how far their reach extends. To protect himself, he takes no chances. He's built a complex system of internal and external
Like these type of people like Putin, they always got to worry that something's happening.
systems to keep himself safe
We all
from
saw this
enemies.
coming, bro.
And odds are you won't know about them until it's too late. When it comes to his personal security, Putin is frequently surrounded by an elite team of bodyguards with the best tools money can buy.
Nah, I feel like you need your bodyguards need bodyguards, dude. You are one of the most craziest, wild, terrible leaders to ever exist. Your bodyguards need bodyguards, okay?
Their briefcases are bulletproof, their weapons are military grade, and they surround him at all times when he's in public. But when he's not in public, he's not any less cautious. He goes old school when it comes to ensuring no enemies can get to him, even employing traditional food tasters to make sure no one can poison him, and keeping his advisors at least 20 feet away from him when meeting at the table. This is supposedly to
How do you
protect
even have
him
a
from COVID,
conversation?
but it also keeps him out of stabbing range. And many of his enemies never know he's after them until his team is already struck. The full extent of Putin's security isn't known. Much like other dictators around the world, he keeps his information close to his chest. What is known is that he employs a complex network of spies that strikes at anyone considered a threat, whether they're within Russian borders or not. In recent years, several of Putin's harshest
So
critics
how would that work? What if somebody from the U.S. like made a threat? Nothing would be able to happen, right? Like, let's say in some scenario they made a threat towards Putin. It's like the KGB agent would pull up to you and just like assassinate you like that. They would just come for you. I feel like at that point they wouldn't even be allowed in like the American borders. It's just a joke, Putin. Nah, let me not say anything, bro. Let me not say anything. Hey, bro, chill, man. Chill. I'm just a bystander here. Relax. Hey, KGB agent watch. I don't know who's watching. Relax, man. I'm a nice guy.
and members of his inner circle
find
who
a way,
defected
bro.
have found themselves assassinated with radioactive compounds. And ever since the war in Ukraine began, his paranoia has only grown. Rarely seen in public, always surrounded by a security team, getting to Vladimir Putin is more like breaking into a fortress, and that's exactly how he likes it. Want to know more about one of the most secure vehicles in the world?
Wow. Why did Abraham Lincoln's Secret Service fail? I didn't even know he had Secret Service. Hey, man. Interesting video. I need some security, to be honest. I need some security. I think I'm at the point where I actually need security. Like, people come up to me way too much, and I'm just going to be careful for the future. Time I will protect you. Hey, I'm going to start applications, and y'all have to send your application to be my security. The pay is going to be good. The pay is going to be like $5 an hour. Pretty good pay, all right? But, yeah, if you're watching this on the tube, join the Discord.